Some stories leave behind questions that can never truly be answered. Was she possessed by something evil? Or was she simply a broken soul crying out for help? Tonight, we're uncovering one of the most disturbing real-life cases ever recorded. A story where faith, trauma, mental illness, and death collided in the most horrifying way imaginable. This is the tragic story of Maricica Irina Cornici. Maricica Irina Cornici was born in 1982 in Romania. Her life was filled with unimaginable pain from the very beginning. When she was still a teenager, her father died by suicide. Her mother struggled with alcoholism, physically abused both Maricica and her brother, and eventually abandoned them. With nowhere else to go, the two siblings were sent to an orphanage. Sadly, the orphanage wasn't a place of safety. The children were beaten, neglected, and often denied food. Many were abused and exploited by the very people responsible for protecting them. Reports claim that some girls were secretly filmed in inappropriate situations, and Maricica was reportedly among the victims. During her time there, Maricica became very close to another girl named Angel. They spent nearly all of their time together and found comfort in one another during the darkest moments of their childhood. Older boys at the orphanage would often behave inappropriately toward younger girls, and Maricica became one of their victims. Determined never to feel helpless again, she began taking karate classes so she could defend herself. Years of abuse left deep emotional scars. She became terrified of physical contact and gradually developed an aggressive personality. It wasn't because she wanted to hurt people, it was a defense mechanism. She believed that if people feared her, they couldn't hurt her again. Angel had also experienced similar abuse. She often released her anger by taking it out on Maricica. Surprisingly, Maricica never resisted. Over time, she even began associating physical pain with emotional relief. Eventually, their relationship became more than friendship, and they reportedly became romantically involved. In 2001, after turning 18, both women left the orphanage and started new chapters in their lives. Angel chose to become a nun. Maricica, on the other hand, worked whatever job she could find, including caring for children as a nanny. She dreamed of earning enough money so she and Angel could one day build a life together. But Angel had already chosen a different future. She wanted to dedicate her life to God and invited Maricica to join her at the Tanacu Monastery. Believing they could become close again, Maricica accepted the invitation. At first, everything appeared normal, as she began following the routines expected of someone preparing to become a nun. But within a few months, the other nuns noticed a dramatic change. During one church service, Maricica suddenly burst into uncontrollable laughter. As time passed, her behavior became increasingly unpredictable. She insulted other nuns, broke monastery rules, and often behaved in ways no one could understand. Some believed she was emotionally devastated because Angel had become distant after joining the monastery. Others believed something much darker was happening. Rumors spread that Maricica was possessed by an evil spirit. In April 2005, she was admitted to a psychiatric hospital, where doctors diagnosed her with schizophrenia. Some medical records also mentioned leukemia. She remained hospitalized for approximately 2 weeks. While she was there, monastery staff spoke with people who knew her. Angel insisted she had never witnessed Maricica behaving this way before. Her brother, however, claimed he had seen Satan enter his sister's body. He firmly believed she wasn't mentally ill. He believed she was possessed. That belief quickly spread throughout the monastery. Soon afterward, Maricica was discharged and returned to Tanacu Monastery. Instead of trusting the medical diagnosis, the monastery's leader, Father Daniel Petre Coroganu, rejected modern medicine entirely. He declared that no medication could help, because Maricica wasn't sick, she was possessed by a demon. The other nuns trusted his judgment. As Maricica's condition continued to worsen, she became increasingly aggressive. Sometimes she attacked others, other times she harmed herself. To prevent injuries, the priest ordered the nuns to tie her to her bed. Throughout May, she was forced to attend daily prayers. At times, she was even tied to a large wooden cross, while prayers were recited over her, in the hope that the supposed demon would leave her body. When nothing changed, Father Coroganu made a terrifying decision. He would perform an exorcism. Maricica's hands and feet were restrained. Holy oil was applied to her forehead and wrists. A cloth was forced into her mouth to stop her from screaming and cursing during the ritual. She remained confined in a locked room for 3 days. On the 3rd day, the nuns brought her bread and tea. She managed to eat, but moments later she collapsed. Her pulse was extremely weak. Although the priest believed the exorcism had worked, he finally called an ambulance, because her condition had become critical. During the journey to the hospital, paramedics administered multiple doses of adrenaline in an attempt to save her life. Sadly, Maricica Irina Cornici died before reaching the hospital. She was only 23 years old. Doctors immediately contacted the police after discovering restraint marks on her wrists and ankles. The 2005 autopsy concluded that she died from dehydration, exhaustion, and lack of oxygen. Investigators also believed the cloth forced into her mouth had made it difficult for her to breathe. A criminal investigation soon followed. The priest and several nuns involved in the exorcism were arrested. During the trial, many supporters defended the priest, insisting Maricica had truly been possessed and that he had only been trying to save her. Psychiatrists strongly disagreed. They testified that she had been suffering from severe mental illness, not demonic possession. In 2007, the court sentenced Father Daniel Petre Corogeniu to 14 years in prison, while the participating nuns received sentences ranging from 5 to 8 years. Following several appeals, the priest's sentence was reduced to 7 years, and he was released in 2011, after serving approximately 4 years. Years later, in 2014, a coroner involved in the case claimed that the multiple doses of adrenaline administered during the ambulance ride may also have contributed to Maricica's death. However, the court did not change its ruling. After his release, the priest continued to insist that calling the ambulance had been his biggest mistake. He claimed Maricica would have recovered if she had remained at the monastery, a statement that remains highly controversial. Following the tragedy, the Tanacu Monastery was temporarily closed. Even today, people remain divided. Some still believe Maricica was possessed. Doctors believe she was suffering from years of untreated trauma and severe mental illness. A father lost to suicide, a mother who abandoned her children, years of abuse inside an orphanage, the loss of the only person she truly loved, and a mental illness that slowly consumed her. Perhaps she didn't need an exorcism. Perhaps she simply needed compassion, proper psychiatric care, and someone willing to understand the pain she had carried since childhood. Instead, her suffering was mistaken for possession, and that misunderstanding ultimately cost her life. What do you think? Was this truly a case of demonic possession, or was it a tragic failure to recognize mental illness? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy uncovering the darkest true stories from around the world, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.